Hi YouTube, this is Kira coming to you guys again, this time with a poem that I wrote that was inspired by a shooting that happened in my city last week. It was the shooting of the young boy who goes by the name of Dajae Coleman. It's a tragedy. It's a tragedy, and you know, the gang violence and the gun violence in Chicago is out of hand. It's out of hand, and anyway, I have some things to say on that, but I'll wait till after the poem for those of you who guys are just tuning in to hear what I wrote. To his family, if you're watching this, I am very sorry for your loss. Really, I cannot imagine what it is that you're going through right now. And I will definitely keep you in my prayers. The poem doesn't have a title, and if you see me looking off to the side, please excuse that. I'm just reading words. I wrote this last night, like I said. They called him the game changer, stayed away from gang banging. Dreams of ballin' kept this kid real motivated. He showed the world he had that dedication, stayed away from temptation, full of black determination. Inoculated by the love that his mama gave him. So he never caught that bug that keeps us underrated or incarcerated. Yet the streets still claimed him. Can we only blame them? Is it the root or the evil that deserves more blame? And the bigger question is, how can we change this? How can we save our kids when all they see is the money bags, drugs, and rags? Now they're bucking guns to get the shit these rappers have. Now, I'm not trying to say that rap's bad, but when you got the fame, that golden plate comes with a chain. And that's a chain that lets you get inside these youngins' brains. I mean, they scream your name. I'm just saying, it's time you use your powers. Teach them how to tower. Teach them how to love. Tell them drop them guns. Teach them how to pray instead of worship money. Encourage education. Help them elevate it. Make our hoods more safe. And you can still hit them with the swag, talking about the money bags, hoes, and jags. I mean, I understand. You made it out the hood. Now you want to let the world know you're doing good. But it's moderation. That's the key. And if you use it, then we can all have prosperity. Now they call Chicago that new world war zone. And what that means is that the war is raging near our homes. You can't walk these streets without the fear of catching heat. Our kids can't play outside because that makes them easy prey. These young niggas huffing and puffing thinking that they bad. But the truth is that this shit is just fucking sad. I mean, you're taking things you can't return. Taking lives of brothers, sisters, mothers, and lovers. All because you think it's fun? Can't you see how you're making the job of those who hate our race way too easy? What happened to the days when we took care of our community? The gangs used to be a way for us to protect what others sought to take. But now they're just kids running around changing fate and spreading hate. That boy you killed could have one day been your savior. He could have been that doctor that saves your life, or the man that you cheer on from the stands. You think that taking life doesn't change you? But it does, because doing evil taints you. You shoot him, one of his shoot you. I mean, this cycle is endless. So it's time that we end this. I hope you guys enjoyed what I wrote. And I hope that it resonates, you know, with you, and that it inspires you to also, you know, speak out. If you're a Chicagoan, you know, speak out about what's going on, because these murders, 9 times out of 10, are being committed by children. Children who are foolish, and they don't really understand what it is that they're doing. I mean, they understand the cause and the effect, okay? But they don't understand the consequences that come along with their actions. And I'm not talking about jail. No. I'm talking about that feeling that eats away at those victims' family for the rest of their lives. See, you can only understand that once you've been on the other side. Okay? And, I mean, it disgusts me. It really disgusts me to flip on the news or to, you know, read something online that's talking about another child being taken from this world way too easy, way too soon. If you didn't bring someone in this world, you have no right to take them from it, okay? We need to be strong and come together as a race. I'm African American, okay? And it makes me embarrassed and ashamed to see my people killing each other over bullshit, over stupid shit that doesn't even make sense, that won't matter tomorrow, shit you won't even remember being upset about 10 years from now. So it's time that this shit comes to an end. And I mean that wholeheartedly and entirely. Because it's really pathetic. It's pathetic. Okay? I'm not against violence. I'm not for violence. Okay? But if you have a problem with someone, I would prefer, not that my preference matters, but I think it would be preferred by many, if you handled it the way that it used to be handled. With hands, not weapons. Okay? You got some shit to prove? You need to prove shit to yourself first. Because it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks about you. It doesn't matter if they think that you're the biggest and the baddest motherfucker around, because I guarantee you that there's always someone bigger and badder than you are. Period. That's just truth. That's just common sense. So, I mean, I don't know, but something definitely needs to be done about this. Our kids should be more focused on getting a good education, becoming, intellectuals, businessmen, and even if that's not the route you want to take, whatever it is that inspires you and moves you, that's what you should be focused on. But you should not be inspired by taking lives and, you know what I'm saying, all this ridiculous shit. And the comments that I made with regard to hip-hop and rap, I love hip-hop. I do. I love rap. You know what I'm saying? I listen to that shit all the time. So I definitely don't think that there's a direct correlation between what's being said in music and the actions of the youth. But I think that those who are idols, who these kids look up to, those who these kids identify with because of the things that you are talking about, I think that you should be taking a bigger stand. And I'm not talking about sending out a fucking tweet. I'm not talking about, going on, fucking the Wendy Williams and saying, oh, Chicago gun violence is so sad. No, I'm talking about literally saying something to these kids directly. Doing something, being active. Because at the end of the day, we as a race have come way too fucking far to see an age where we taking our own lives. We're killing each other. See, whether or not you guys came from the same mother, we're all related. We're all family. Okay? You don't see other races, and I'm not, a racially, driven person, but what I'm saying is this. Okay? You don't see this shit happening in other neighborhoods, in other areas. You know what I'm saying? Where all of a sudden, excuse me for saying this if it comes off as disrespectful, but you don't see white people running around fucking chopping each other up all day, every fucking day. No, you don't. Okay? But we're doing it in our own hoods, and our hoods are already struggling, especially here in Chicago. If you're not from Chicago, our hoods, driving through them, looks like you're going back in fucking time. Okay? Everything is there's a liquor store everywhere. I mean, it's just really fucked up. There's a lot of poverty. There's a lot of shit that's going on. And, I really think that we should be focusing more positive energy on trying to have a positive change instead of negative energy and doing nothing but causing more negativity. Because violence is a cycle. When you do something violent to someone else, like take their lives, that causes someone else to want to retaliate. And then there's more violence being done, and then you want to get back at them, and then they want to get back at you, and it never fucking ends. There is no winner. Okay? There is no winner. There's no last man standing. None of that. So I really hope you guys think about that, and I really hope that I get on the internet tomorrow and I see more people speaking out about this. Because this is something that needs to be said. It's not a topic that needs to be danced around. Okay? It's something that needs to be addressed. Because I'll be damned if one of my brothers fall victim to some shit like that. Or I myself. Or, my family. Somebody I love. Somebody I care about. No, I mean, today needs to be the day of change, right now. It's overdue. Anyway, I'm not going to talk your ears off, but yeah, like I said in the beginning of my video, Mrs. Coleman, Mr. Coleman, I am very sorry for your loss, because, you know, something like that should have never happened. It should have never happened. And I wish that I had been blessed enough to know him, because he seemed like a great boy. And that's something that you don't see very often coming up out of the black community in Chicago. Somebody who's very intelligent, talented, motivated, driven, and with such respect for his mother and father and his family and appreciation. I will definitely pray for you, and I really hope that you can be strong, and that you that you make it through this, because you can, and I'm sure he's with you every day. Okay. Yeah, so that was that. Anyway, please remember to subscribe, please remember to comment, please remember to share, and if you like it, like.